I was just talking on the stage introducing this video. I don't really know how to segue, so I'm just going to jump into my video presentation. I have always loved history and art, creating something of beauty out of various tools, such as a paintbrush and paints. As a Christian, I see beauty all around me, trees and people and flowers, nature. One thing that has always made me jealous of those who are able to paint such beautiful portraits is their ability to convey the beauty through painting on a canvas. I've never been able to do that, and I thought through my project I'd be able to practice this skill and gain the desired effect of knowing how to paint portraits of myself. And I guess when you paint yourself, you're a little more harsh, so you learn better. My project proposal stated that I was going to research and paint 3 self-portraits in 3 different styles of art. The 3 styles I chose were Egyptian, Renaissance, and Impressionism. Now you may be wondering why I can do self-portraits in styles where self-portraits weren't really a thing. Generally what I did was I researched the topic enough to find a portrait or a situation in a painting where I could put myself into it, which made it a little easier. Instead of creating an entirely new portrait for all of them, it was taking a portrait, making my own version of it, and having myself be in the painting. Each one of my paintings has a folder in front of it, which one of these. And inside the folder is the original painting so that you can compare the two. I started the project by diving into research on the Egyptian era and what the paintings were made of or on. Most of the paintings were made on walls or on stone with chalk paints or they would take the chalk paint and they would dye it with berries. I made all of the paints in my Egyptian portrait except the black one, which is an acrylic paint, because I couldn't make a dark enough paint to have it look like black. Egyptians are known for painting what they would see in their mind. This might not make sense to you because it didn't make sense to me when I first read it. This means that when an Egyptian paints something, they paint it how they would think of it. So if I were to say a fish, how would you see that? You wouldn't normally see that as an aerial view or a view from behind or a view from the front. You'd see it as probably like the Jesus fish. That's called frontality. This concept is also represented very well in a painting called Painting of a Pond, which was a piece of stone found in a tomb. And if you look closely, the trees are painted as you would see them in your mind. The pond is painted as you would see it in your mind, which is an aerial view because you wouldn't see a pond from the side necessarily. And the ducks and the fish inside the pond are painted as you would see it in your mind. My portrait is based off of this painting, which was found on another tomb. This is my painting, and it's down there, and you can see this painting closer up down in the folder. The next style I researched was Renaissance. I mainly focused on techniques and the most famous paintings of the time. Renaissance paintings are all about symbolism, showing wealth, faith, and sometimes purposefully reflecting the talent of the artist. The talent of the artist is shown through humanistic detail, landscape, and the quality of the face in the painting. My painting is based off of this portrait called Young Woman with a Unicorn by Raphael. First of all, I obviously did not paint myself with a unicorn because I think it's a little ridiculous. Some people say that this painting is supposed to be a mimic of the Mona Lisa. I don't really agree. It's not the dark tones that the Mona Lisa was. Her face is completely different. She's not mysterious and, My final genre of painting was Impressionism. I actually focused on pointillism, which is where a painting is comprised of dots, and close up you can see the individual dots, but far away it turns into a solid color or a line. One of the most famous paintings in the style is A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jette by Georges Seurat. It's See, up close you can see the dots, but far away it's a solid color. Seurat made pointillism famous with this painting. I learned about this in elementary school. I learned the rhyme, George Seurat is the man with the dot. This was the only genre that I created my own, completely my own style portrait, and I think it came out the best. Up close you can see the dots, but when you hold it farther away, it becomes a solid line. All in all, I think my project was a tremendous success. I enjoyed almost every minute of it, although there were some frustrating times. I achieved the goals I set for myself, and I think I learned far more than I ever would have if there was no motivation to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that my paintings and research helped you in any way learn more about these styles and these genres.